What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? We are back with Death Stranding 2. You eat that thing there, Sam. So this is, actually me trying a new way of recording my mic audio that I'm hoping will work. I'm hoping everything lines up better. Things keep getting desynced on me through because the way I do it, I add my commentary in post. I know some people would say, well, why you're doing twice the work? Why not do it all at once? I get that. It's just because when I game, honestly, it's almost meditative for me. It's almost just kind of like I love to kind of put in, like I have my headset on, I got an earbud in on the other ear, and I'll listen to a podcast or something, and I'll just, like this game, I love to go and make deliveries and grind and do all that kind of stuff. So it's just, how things kind of fit with me. But one of my big problems is when I watch the footage back and do the voiceover in Adobe, for some reason, the audio keeps, if like I'm letting the cutscene play out or whatever, and I'm not talking, the track gets desynced and things get really fucky.
He wanted to tell you all that himself. He didn't want it to come from me or anyone else.
Dude, that was actually a really good scene with Dead Man. I actually thought that was kind of a cool twist that, he's been, he passed.
I'm sure you will, but please take care of that last order he left for you. On another note, you can now use your PCC to construct generators and bridges. Build them along your delivery routes, and you're sure to make a ton of other porters very happy. Trust me. Who knows? They might end up returning the favor someday, too. Also, you can now fabricate tri-cruisers. Trikes with 2 front wheels. You'll be able to build, charge, or repair tri-cruisers at any facility with a garage. Like this one. It's a battery-powered vehicle, so if you run out of juice in the wild, you can always construct a generator to recharge it. Just be careful not to run out of battery when you're outside network coverage. You can only use your PCC to build generators or any other structures when you've got a network connection. So without coverage, you'll either have to ditch a dead tri-cruiser or wait forever and a day for the solar panels to recharge it. Once again, thank you for linking up all of Mexico, Sam.
I like the tri-cruiser,
be safe out there.
But just, I don't know, something about it feels like it's lacking something compared to the motorbike in the,
you can rest easy.
in the first game.
Any data concerning your life on the run has been erased. So once you've taken care of Dead Man's final request, you can come straight home. Access the terminal on site for the details. I'll take care of Lou. Just focus on the job.
I think it loses that cool factor of when you go into boost mode on it, the front 2 wheels don't kind of like smash together to make it look like an actual motorcycle. But, whatever. That's my opinion on it. Where was I? I was talking about stuff. Oh yeah. So I had to take a couple days off because my furry demon cats decided, hey, well he's talking into that thing. I want to play with it. So they're swatting at my mic and end up one of them catches a claw into my mic cable. So that was fun. Had to order a new one. Next day delivery my ass. Nah, it took an extra day.
Directly to your chest. The words "for Lou" are written on it.
And yeah, so this new way of recording the audio just kind of popped into my head, so I thought I'd try it yesterday, and this is kind of my first live attempt. So hopefully everything lines up and everything. So, but essentially what I'm doing is I'm watching it through a video. I'm watching the raw video file. Words are hard. So the raw video file, but really this is the edited actual video file. So I'm watching that, and I'm doing commentary into OBS, and then I'll put the video file with the commentary through OBS, and hopefully then I won't have to sit and do so much editing, trying to line up all the dialogue and everything. And again, I know I make it sound like I do so much, like I'm doing so much to do this, to do a small amount of work, but it works for me, if that makes sense. I don't know. I mean, hell, for this game alone, I've still got, jeez, I probably have got probably about 200 gigs of files that I still need to edit for this game alone. Just because, I mean, like, jeez, I'm trying to think how far I've gotten into the game. I've gotten decently far. Because I fucking love this game. Look, man, I totally get the people who want to say, oh, it's not my cup of tea, it's not whatever. But, man, this game just like the first one, there's something about it that really clicks with me. You know, I love being the post-apocalyptic FedEx. If you would have told me that was your idea for a game, I never would have believed you, and I never would have thought that it was a good idea. And I fucking love it.
Order accepted. Thank you.
You know, I will give the Tri Cruiser this. It is a lot more maneuverable than the bike was. Sorry, hiccup. It was a lot more maneuverable than the bike was in the first game. I will give it that. So I think from here, I'm gonna be doing some, doing some aid requests, just doing some deliveries, try and get some progress on the stars for all the different places here in Mexico. I think because the main chunk of the game takes place in Australia, so before we go to Australia, I won't complete everything, but you can come back. I'm not sure how I feel about. We'll get to it when we get to it, but the kind of like the main base. Well, it was shown in the preview material, so it's not a secret. Plus, I've let the series sit on the shelf because I got busy with other projects. I'm talking about the DHV Magellan. Or wait, is it DHV? Whatever. Whenever we see the Magellan, it's the kind of like submarine that our team is kind of based out of.
Okay.
For this game, you can use to kind of like warp certain places. We'll talk more about it as we go, but I'm still not 100% sure how I feel about the Magellan. Mostly because on the one hand, it's kind of cool for it makes moving around and collecting materials really easy for, building up the roads and everything. But you really can't, or you shouldn't use it if you want to boost your likes and, again, the star rating with the individual centers and homesteads out in the world, because you end up losing, you lose a bunch of likes. I can't remember exactly how they phrase it, but essentially, instead of getting like a normal delivery grade, it ends up giving you a oh god, what is it? Instead of just the normal delivery, I kind of like this. I kind of like this music fast forwarded. Yeah, the music is just like the first one. It's really fucking good. It's just so many of these songs are just nice bops. I just wish I wouldn't have triggered it and gone into the cinematic camera as I'm just running around collecting shit. I totally lost my train of thought. Right, I was talking about the DHV Magellan. Yeah, it just, I feel that it part of me wants to say it makes moving around the world a little too easy, but I don't know. It changes from day to day. It depends on how I'm feeling about things like that specific day. One of those kind of things. I will give this game this. It's like I think the thing that I like the most about it is that it tightens up the gameplay from the first game. Combat is a lot. I think they made combat a little too easy, but I like what the direction they went with combat. I like it's not super different, but I still. Well, again, we'll talk more about it when we get more into it. But yeah, but it's just the quality of life things of actually doing the porter work and everything. I think this game's really well done. It's really fun, in my opinion. Again, I totally get people who don't like it. Although, to the people who don't like it, they're just like, oh, it's just... people just like it because it's Kojima. No, I have talked to so many people that do not give a shit that this game is done by Kojima. But just love it for... who have just said, it's weirdly quirky. It's just like, there's something about it. I can't explain what I love about it. It's such a vibe playing. And I'm like, I know exactly what you're talking about. But also, you know, I take a couple days off for fix some technical shit, and what happens? Oh yeah, you know, the industry decides to go crazy. Because what? Pokemon decides, hey, we're gonna try and copyright, not copyright. We're gonna try and patent a game mechanic, which is one of the weirdest decisions I think a company has ever made.
If only everyone was as kind as you. Take this data. You deserve it. You'll find that you can claim more materials from our stores.
Now displaying your current quarter grade.
This schematic is for additional... provides added protection for the man in the driver's seat. For that extra peace of mind when you've got to cut through enemy territory. If you like the sound of that, try customizing your tri-cruiser with it. I'll see you around.
Order completed. Well done.
Well, yeah. So apparently they have decided they are going to try and. I'm trying to think what exactly they were doing. They were trying to patent the game mechanic of summoning a creature to come and help fight in battle. And everybody that I've seen talk about this went, are you fucking nuts? Do you know how many games do this? Do you know how many freaking games that have a summoning mechanic? Where you summon something and it comes out into an open world and then fights with and for you? Just, no. And Pokemon's like, oh, well, this is, you know, and I'm sure people, you know, it's, oh, Pokemon's doing this because of Pal World. Well, I still think that their attack on Pal World is really stupid. Mostly because, oh, well, how dare they make Pokemon with guns? And like, well, I'm apparently people really like the concept. But no, I've always said it, man. It just, if you think that they're committing copyright infringement, because I mean, frankly, I think that's what it's. Is it copyright exactly? I'm trying to think. But you know what I mean? Like, if you think their game concept is too widely similar to yours, fine, sue them and, you know, go through that whole mess, which they have. But trying to patent a game mechanic is not going to work out. I mean, I'm waiting for Call of Duty to try and, you know, Activision trying to beat EA, so, you know, trying to go, hey, if we can patent first-person shooting, yeah, eat shit, Battlefield, eat shit, Counter-Strike, eat shit, Valorant. I mean that's the thing. It's just that it's what's the phrase? You know, it's unsealing the genie. Oh, that is a sweet feature. There's a quality of life thing. You can pick up and grab things while in a vehicle. You can't once you get the truck, because you can't bend down and pick shit up. But you can get attachments for the truck that'll automatically pick up equipment, which is pretty cool. But that is again a nice quality of life feature. But yeah, I mean, it's you're letting the genie out of the bottle with trying to patent a game mechanic. You know, it's going to then lead to an arms race of so many games all trying to file patents on each other, trying to, okay, well now you're only going to have one first-person shoot. You can essentially lock out a genre by doing this. And now, look, do I think that it's going to make any progress? I doubt it. I think it's silly. And I don't think it's in any way legally enforceable. But who the hell knows? I'm not a lawyer.
Bienvenido, Sam.
Yeah, that, and then you had a whole bunch of people getting fired over the last couple days.
All this stuff. Never thought it would get here. But then you show up with a nut. You're a cut above the rest, that's for sure. Take this data. I'm sure you could use it.
These grenades, from the very limited amount I've used them, do not work.
We've reserved more materials for you to use.
Or at least they don't work. I mean, once you get the blood grenades or some of the other grenades or other weapons, it's like, I don't need it anymore. I don't give a shit.
Doom sufferers used to be required for their production. But we've recently developed methods to synthesize the necessary compounds. So we don't need to lean on you to churn them out anymore. These grenades aren't actually capable of taking down a BT. But they can be used to drive off gazers and slow down catchers. Temporarily, at least. This should give you more than enough time to get clear of BTs or to use other weapons to neutralize them. You'll figure out the most effective ways to use them, no doubt. Enjoy.
Order completed. Well done.
Okay, yeah, so as you can kind of see that path that leads up that mountain. I'm going to say mountain. There's an the artist lives up there. Just one of those mini homesteaders that just kind of live in a very just out of the way place. You kind of need to be careful when you reach down to pick up items like that, because if you drive over them, they will cause damage.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
You know, I know how simple it is,
Take care, Sam.
but I just love the design for the extra armor on the trike. How it almost kind of gives you like a little, almost cockpit to sit in, and just how it kind of like moves back when you get out and get. Super simple, stupid thing to go, oh, I think that's super cool. But weirdly enough, I think it's super cool. And back up the hill. Am I at the top of the hill yet? I fell asleep.
Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
So, are you a porter? Wait, are you here about that missing cargo of mine? I'll take a look at it now. Felt like fielding a bunch of orders for me, huh? You're a lifesaver. Hope it wasn't too much trouble. You know, I always thought you'd come to my aid one day. You can go ahead and connect me to the Chiral network.
Okay, if anybody can tell me who does the facial capture or whatever for this
Guess I'm online
for this
now.
lady.
Interesting. The network has more uses than I realized. A lot more people can see my illustrations now.
She looks familiar to me.
I shared some color data I think will suit you. You can use this data to customize your headwear and other clothing. A change of outfit can really improve your mood. I went looking for a place where I could focus on my art, and found myself here. There's so much beauty to be found in this place. Infinite sources of inspiration. Don't get me wrong, I'm not blind to the destruction that Death Stranding has wrought. Some of us just see things through a different lens. Now we're in a newborn world that has yet to be shaped. A blank canvas. It's filled me with so many intense emotions that I want to convey to everyone else. I just hope that somehow I can translate these feelings into my art. Thanks for coming. I'm glad we were able to meet. You've given me what I needed to finally complete the piece I've been working on. I'll let you know when it's finished. Till then, take care.
Order completed. Well done.
If you're gonna ask me AJ, really, you don't know who that is? Well, I just Googled it. Lauren Tsai is the actress's name. And she's an artist. I looked at some of this, at the just a couple Google hits, and I'm like, nope, don't know who she is. But like I said, she looks familiar. And I cannot place who I think she looks like. Alright, I really hope that sputtering that just happened is in the playback I'm watching. Because that didn't look right. Yeah, of course, there's a photo mode, and everything's gotta have a fucking photo mode nowadays. Am I just old? Is that why I hate it? It's just, I despise photo modes. I don't know, it's just because they're always on the most obnoxious button combos. So I'm always activating them on accident. I hate them. Like I said, I think I'm just old and annoyed by everything easily. You know, I think there were other ways I could have approached this from that first angle. Yeah, you were seeing me just kind of like run back and forth. It was my indecisiveness. And now you see me getting stuck. You know, I'm not sure if we've seen it yet with ladders, but you can actually stack. Like I said, I'm spacing on if we've seen it yet. So if I've talked about this mechanic, I apologize. But you can actually stack ladders now. So, you know, like if it's, say that gap, I needed like an extra long ladder. I can actually stack 2 ladders on top of each other. It's, God, every time that happens, you hear the wolf. It always freaks me out. It's just saying, hey, the sun's setting and they have a crow or a chicken. Rooster. That's what those things are called. Do the, you know, cock-a-doodle-doo to wake you up. But yeah, so you can essentially take out a ladder. If you need extra length, I think it's triangle on PS5. Will then kind of like stack ladders so you can get twice as much height in them, or distance if you're using them to bridge a gap. It's, again, something I don't use all the time, but it's really useful when it comes up. And again, you saw another little quality of life thing there. You saw the auto arrange of your cargo. I really love that. Instead of having to go and do it manually, just the nice, easy radial menu, auto arrange cargo, boom, done.
for you, Sam. It's always good to have you. I'll take a look at those orders. Where did you find this? I'm so grateful. Thank you. Since you arrived, it's never been easier to focus on my work. Here, I want you to use this. I increased the amount of materials you can take from my stores.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
I've shared some color data I think will suit you. Experiment with it. Oh, and my latest piece is coming together. Almost done. I'll be sure to post about it on the SSS the moment it's ready. Hope you check it out.
I know, shocker
I've
that
also
the
settled on a
artist,
motif for my next work,
the
thanks
rewards
to you.
for her
It's too early to tell
is
where you'll take me, but that's the best part. We'll have to
their
wait and
new
see.
paint schemes.
Order completed. Well done.
Thanks a million.
I don't know what about that made me start cracking up, but him just trying to sit down there, or him just like popping, just sitting down into the trike was super funny to me.
Looking good. That'll do it.
I really love this. Oh, wait. It's not the... Interesting. I could have sworn there was a larger picture there of her actually outside of her little bomb shelter thingamabob. For some reason, I can't think of what to call these. And we are about to pick up cargo for the Boca. It is a... it's the name of a... Yeah, that guy. He's essentially kind of like a Porter wannabe. Except... the Boca is really just kind of Kojima making a reference to what this game is sort of based off of. Because the concept of a Boca is somebody who makes deliveries by carrying packages on their back like this in certain mountainous and rural parts of Japan. I believe it's an old tradition. But if you see people transporting packages like that, you look at it and go, oh shit, that is spot on. That is weird. The screen went black. Maybe I had two clips that weren't 100% lined up. Sorry about that. That's an editing mistake on my part. But yeah, so essentially a Boca is the Boca were the inspiration that Kojima had for Death Stranding. Or at least the gameplay part of Death Stranding. The story part, I don't know where the fuck he came up with that, but This is the guy who did. This is the guy who did Gears. I almost say Gears of War. Shit. This is the guy who did Metal Gear Solid. So, you know, let him cook.
Process your orders and requests.
You a porter? Because I don't recall having any outstanding orders. Still, I'll check the records and see what pops. Oh shit, you found it. This is that cargo that went missing a while back. You are a shining example of what a porter should be. The best I could ever hope to meet. I'm willing to trust you have the best intentions. Put me on the network. I'd be happy to share my data with everyone else. Other porters should definitely find it useful.
And the trekking boots. It's my opinion. That's they're going to be your go-to boots for a while.
I'm connected to the network. You can get goods and data and so forth through it, right? That's all fine and dandy, but with the advent of A-Pass, I hear the porter's time's coming to an end. Wonder what the man who delivers would say about that if he were still around. Anyway, the trekking boot data I shared is for a design that I gradually refined over the course of my training. They're tailor-made for mountain runs. Got great traction and peerless shock absorption for those hard landings. There's no better shoe for traveling through rough country like this. Nah, I'm more of what you call a boka. I walk the earth on my own 2 feet and carry the load on my back alone.
He's a
Most
delivery
porters and
hipster.
Delivery bots do it differently. My methods are probably closest to those of the man who delivers. The term boka comes from Japan, where they had porters who worked exclusively in the mountains. You could count on boka to make deliveries, no matter how treacherous the terrain or remote the destination. And I try to live by their example. Oh yeah. Wherever there's clients in need and cargo to be carried, you bet your ass you'll find porters. Of course, in the UCA, they started relying on A-Pass for distribution. And so the delivery boys and girls have been drifting down here ever since. Plenty of working even farther south of here, too. As times change, so does the nature of the job. New vehicles and nifty gear. Weapons, too, for the porters who fancy them. But none of that is as important as the shoes you wear. Worst comes to worst, all you need is a pair of shoes to get the cargo to its destination. You mean to say you haven't heard of him? The porter all others aspire to be like, the best to ever strap on a pack? After he made a name for himself in the UCA, he up and vanished. Just like that. And of course, like all legends, he's a man of many mysteries. With the help of the chiral network, though, I could probably learn a lot more about him. And the more I learn, the closer I'll get to becoming the boka who delivers. Or so I hope. Well, thank you. It's nice to know there are still people like you out there. Take care.
Order completed. Well done.
I cannot wait for, you know, like 40 parts from now when we meet my favorite delivery person. I'm trying to think the way to phrase this. My favorite person to make a delivery to in this game. And she's my favorite because it's absolutely ridiculous that she was in this game. Because as soon as I heard her, as soon as I heard the voice for this person, I started going, no. And she appears, and it goes, this is really funny. Nope. Okay, I'm doing it. I was gonna say, don't do it past AJ. Don't. I wouldn't drive down there, but okay. You know what? I made it down there without damaging shit. So, whatever works for you, buddy. Thank you for telling me about things, the Boca.
Good as new to me.
Oh, it's you. That's a relief. Been out and about working your ass off until now? Appreciate it. We wrote this stuff off as lost. Thanks for bringing it in. You've got some seriously impressive skills.
Yeah, the machine
bet
pistol.
Something like this would be right up your alley.
A good weapon made better when you get the silenced version.
You could use some extra materials as...
Now displaying your current porter grade.
I've shared with you data for a machine pistol. This weapon is capable of full auto fire and can be stowed securely in a holster. It may be compact, but it has plenty of stopping power. Good for all kinds of situations you might find yourself in. I hope it's to your liking.
Well, isn't that just lovely? But guys, this is where I'm going to leave you for... Did I recharge? Okay, I did recharge that. Okay, this is where we're going to leave you for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, social media down in the description below. Please remember to like, comment if you're not already. Please subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more next time. But until then, guys, I'm out.